We were on a long road trip yesterday, and the brake started grinding as I was driving home. So I'm like, no. And oddly enough, I'll show you this. This is normal. Nothing. Completely empty. I don't know how long it's been empty, but we drove about 8 hours. Probably empty the whole time. We're constantly putting oil in this, and the funny thing is, if it wasn't for the fact that me and my wife checked the oil on this thing all the time, this thing would have blown up a long time ago. I kind of wish it did, but because we check the oil all the time, it hasn't blown up yet. It's got 120 something thousand miles on the original engine. Just doing rear brakes. I got nothing else going on. Taking off for taking off for 2 weeks for personal stuff. Let's see if I can get this and push that exhaust out of the way. It's fine. Get that thing up in the air and put my jack stands in place. I can't tell because my eyes suck. Looks like 14. Yeah, just like 14s. I do need an impact driver. Oh, yeah. Man. I'm not going to get too excited. Yep, cool. They are, ouch, they are, ow, they are painful. They are all 14 mil. Sliders feel good. A little bit uneven. Not much. It's very little, if any. Here come the rain. Yeah, whatever. Not all the time, but most of the time I use hand tools for brakes. Not really for the cradle, but I just being a little lazy. I don't feel like going to get my ratchet, which is probably right in an easy spot for me to get to. Usually assembling, I like to tighten everything with hand tools, just to avoid over tightening, stripping, all that good stuff. Ooh. I probably should have adjusted first. This feels like I might be going the wrong way, which I am. I did find it. There you go, buddy. When I take these off, my wife's wheels, or my wheels for that matter, any of my vehicles and my customers' vehicles, I always clean the backside of the rim up, especially if it's aluminum, and the hub surface, contact surface. That way I know it's gonna sit nice and flush. And these things don't need to be freaking 1,000 foot-pounds. They're really just there to pretty much just to hold the rotors onto the vehicle when it's going down the assembly line. Pretty clean. Hey man. Come on there. It's probably been like a little over 2 years since I've done the brake fluid flush on this. I guess maybe this summer I should add that to the list of everything else I have to do. Build a kitchen, do bathrooms, clean the garage, rebuild a transmission in my truck. Blah, blah, blah. I like to put a little dab on any of the contact surfaces. It's a little bit more than I normally like to put, but it works. Now how I adjust them is I like to adjust it to where it doesn't move anymore, and then I back it off one flick. There you go. It's locked up good. So then I just do one like that. Making a liar out of me. This one's a little tight. I'll do two. Still seems a little tight, so don't really want to drag. I just want to make sure I didn't bend this. Little dab. Not even looking. Huh, you guys aren't even looking. Like I have an audience or something. Little raised piece here. I don't like that. I'm going to file that down. Yeah, this piece here is like the rust. Make sure you use a nice dull file. You don't want it to cut. You don't want it to cut efficiently or nothing like that. That feels good. It's no longer a raised hump there. Usually never have to do stuff like this, but wire wheel usually takes care of most of them. Always check, because that'll push the new retaining hardware in or up, and might cause it to bind. And when it binds, you're going to have uneven wear, possible brake fade issues, and crash into a building and die. And make sure all the corners are clean too, because that's where it's got to sit in. Unfortunately, it didn't come with new return springs, or whatever the hell they're called. I'm sorry, anti-rattle springs. They remind me I'm retarded. I'm a retard. Just make sure they're fully seated. Most vehicles, as far as I know, today don't need the screw-in type tool to screw the piston in. A lot of them do need a scan tool though, but there is ways around that. Now there is a torque spec to these. You should follow it. I'm not going to, because I'm a professional, supposedly. I'm looking at the witness mark here and the squealer, and I'm going to put them in dry. I used to put them in with lube, but kind of changing my mind on that. Didn't come that way from the factory. That feels a little tight. What I like to do when it feels a little tight is just take some of the paint off, little files. Not much. I mean, it doesn't feel that bad. It's just a slight amount. There's a burr right here. Yeah, that could have been it. There's a burr on this one too. You can see where it was. I used to put the lube on there, but service doesn't call for it. Usually a lot of times it's just going to collect the dirt. And first time it rains, first time you hit a puddle, with the heat and steam and all that good stuff, it just not really do anything. Well, that's much better. That's much better. And to get them in, I did the same thing on the back. Basically, you turn it sideways like that. I'm being extreme right now, just to show a point, but you just kind of put it in that way and push on this tang. Right, put them both in. Just push that way and just, all right. Goes in. This one's a little tight too. Just like that. And there it is. Nice and nice. This does have a little bit of drag on it. You can loosen it up a little bit if you want to. This doesn't really sit very good there. There you go. Ooh. Like that. Is that rust? It is. I just don't want this stuff potentially falling out and falling into the brake system. Ooh, that shot off into oblivion. Good thing I have failing eye vision. Oh, I found it actually. Yeah, there you go. Give it a little spring. It helps it anti-rattle. Now you put the wheel on, torque it to spec, and that's it. There it is. How to do brakes. And how to make a 10-minute, oh, it's not 10 minutes, how to make a 25 to 30 minute job last an hour. By losing stuff, being lazy, not having tools ready, having aftermarket parts with burrs on them. As always, when you do a brake service, make sure you check your level. This level's fine. Always, always, always do this. Whenever you have the brakes apart, whether you're doing brakes or not, you have the brakes apart. You only have to do it until you feel it, but you know, put an extra 10 pumps in there for good measure, because that is something you really don't want to do. When you start this thing up and put it in gear, your foot's going to go right to the floor when you, or the brake floor, you know, when you hit the brake, and you're going to hit something. Another day in the life of a husband that's a mobile tech.